Hey everybody. I am going to be talking to you about my journey with intermittent alternate day fasting. Today is day one for me, and I'm going to do videos, I'm going to do journaling, I'm going to blog about this in an effort to hold myself accountable while I'm doing this. I just want more reason every day to keep going and to make this happen. So, to tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Joe. I am 43 years old. I am 5'11", and I weigh 279 pounds. That is more than I'd like to weigh, by a lot. So, since I turned 40, and I'm 43 now, so over the last few years, I have consistently gained weight. Everybody told me when you turn 40, your body changes and you start gaining weight. I never believed them, but it's, at least for me, it actually is true. I look at food and I gain weight. I don't eat the greatest diet in the world, but I used to eat the same as I eat now and not gain the weight. So it is time to do something about it, and fasting, I think, is what's going to work for me. So I have fasted in the past. I have done, a few years ago, I did a 14-day juice fast. I did a couple other juice fasts that were more like 7 days. I have done a couple of 3-day water fasts, and I did try to do alternate day fasting, like what we're talking about now, within the last year, but something came up in my life shortly after I started it that made it so that I had to put it off. So I'm back and I'm ready to make this happen. So what is alternate day fasting? That is easy. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is eating literally just every other day. It's drinking water the whole day, one day, and then eating the next day, going back to the next day and drinking water again. So just literally eating every other day. Some benefits and things that I like about the concept is you don't have to buy anything. It's super simple. It's just it's not complicated at all. You don't need to have like a list of foods that you can eat or anything like that. In fact, you can still eat the foods that you love. You can still eat hamburgers and pizza and ice cream and stuff like that, and still lose weight. So there's a lot of things that are beneficial about it. It's a flexible diet. And diet's probably not the right word for it, but it's a flexible way of life. In that, if you do, let's say that like Thanksgiving comes up and you have your turkey, or you just have a day that your body's telling you have to eat, it's not like you are setting yourself back or coming out of ketosis or anything like that. It is, you just get back on track after that day. That's a nice aspect of it. You can have cheat days and it's not going to completely send you off the tracks or anything like that. It is very healthy. Fasting is very healthy. I am convinced at this point. I am not a doctor, so what do I know? But all the research that I've done, fasting is just like there's a ton of benefits to it. And I'm sure that in future videos I'm going to talk a lot about the benefits of fasting in general. But in general, it seems like people are afraid of it. It is kind of scary to think about just not eating for a long period of time, but it's not as bad as you might think, and it is just super good for you, like in every way. When I'm going to do this, my goal that I've set is for 100 days. So starting today, for the next 100 days, I'm going to eat every other day. That's going to be 50 days of eating, 50 days of not eating. You think about that, 50 days of not eating is pretty scary, but it is what it is, and I'm up for it. Let's see. Also, my weight loss goal within those 100 days is at least 70 pounds. From the research that I've done, out of the other videos that I've watched, things that I've read, that's a reasonable goal in that 100 days, at least somewhere around that 70 pounds, and that would be amazing. Why am I doing this? There's obvious reasons. I want to lose weight. That is mainly why I am starting this this fasting. But there are other reasons. General health is just another reason, and I just want to feel better. Being overweight sucks. It makes you feel kind of lazy. I exercise. For years, I walk just about every day. I walk like 3.5 miles, and it's getting harder to walk, and I do it every day, which is because I keep gaining weight. So I'm wanting to just exercise to be easier and to feel better. I am starting to have a worse self-image. I'm starting to see myself as an overweight person rather than not, and I don't want that. I don't want to be an overweight person. So I'm taking charge, and I'm going to get rid of it. I want my clothes to fit again. The dryer keeps shrinking my clothes, man. It's rough. My clothes don't fit. I have to get new clothes, and then those clothes don't fit. It's getting out of control. So I need my clothes to fit again. I hate this. This is like the worst. Like bending over is like scary. It's like I have to plan when I bend over. I always want to like have something when I tie my shoe. I always want to like have something to prop my leg up on. Man, back pain when I bend over. Just like bending over is like a big deal. That's ridiculous. So I am going to I'm going to get rid of this weight and make it so that bending over is not a big deal again. All right. Another thing that I'm going to love about this is food has a lot of control over my life, actually, and I plan my life around food, the meals and all this stuff, and I know that I'm addicted to sugar and carbs and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know how all that's gonna go during this process, but I want to be in control of food rather than food being in control of me. I'm hoping that that's something that I also gain out of this process. So, all right, how do I plan to pull this off? Well, I am going to, like I talked about earlier, I'm going to journal, I'm going to blog, I am going to make videos, and I hold myself accountable. I'm going to do weigh-ins daily, at least almost daily. I'm going to drink a ton of water. I know that is helpful for my past fasts. I know that that's really helpful. Just keep the water going. Water does fill you up, and it's good for you, and it doesn't have any calories. I am always going to know that, so when you're fasting, you can eat, on your fast days, on the days that you're not eating, you can eat up to 500 calories and not technically break the fast. So I'm going to keep that in my pocket. I'm going to know, when times get tough, if I need to eat a salad or something small, I can do that. I think that's going to help me get through the hard days. I'm going to try not to eat those 500 calories, but if I need to, it's not taking me out of the fast. It's not setting me back, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I am going to stay busy. That is huge. I have noticed that when I'm watching TV, when I'm surfing the internet, or just kind of not occupying my mind in a meaningful way, I tend to get hungry. That's when I'm eating, especially in front of the TV. So I'm going to watch less TV. I'm not going to binge watch. If I do, I'm not going to eat while I do it, which makes it a lot less fun. I am going to maintain a positive attitude. I think that's huge. Something that I've noticed on past fasts. And today, day one, I've actually already had it happen. I start to get negative thoughts pop into your head, doubts pop into your head. Should I really be doing this? Am I going to actually be able to pull this off? I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to identify when that happens, and I'm going to beat it. And I am going to, if I do cheat, if a situation comes up where there's a barbecue and it's my fast day and I am hanging out with people and I just want to eat some barbecue, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I'm gonna know that fasting doesn't get thrown off track just because you ate one day. Even if you go above the 500 calories, you can just go back onto your day on day off thing after that day. It's not going to set you back very much at all, and so I'm just going to know that if I have an important or fun thing coming up where eating is going to be a big part of it, I'm going to go ahead and do it, but try to stay as true to the program as I can. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to keep the walking going. Maybe start doing some other exercises, some weight resistance, things like that. But just keep moving. Don't just use the fasting as an excuse to be lazy or not do anything. In fact, I'm going to use it as an excuse to do more, and hopefully it's going to end up being just a really positive thing in my life. I'm going to make it be a positive thing in my life. I hope that this inspires possibly some other people to do this. I'm going to take you along on the journey, and I hope that this does help other people. I hope that this might help other people on their journeys. It's going to help me on mine, just talking on these videos and keeping myself accountable. So I'm sure we'll see you soon.